Hi YouTube, this is Dr. Wanda.
And you're sitting with Gia.
Sitting with Gia. And we're doing this video kind of as our New Year, because we didn't actually say
Yeah.
Happy New Year's
Yeah,
to
we
anybody.
did say.
I've seen it posted in some of the other videos I've posted where people have given me that greeting. But we wanted to sit down and officially say Happy New Year. And then also give you sort of an update of our expectations because we are still living in Ghana. So we're going into what's going to be a second year of education for Gia. School is set to start for her tomorrow, Monday, January 10th. She starts her second year of complete education in Ghana. And this time you move on to Form 1. So we had our back to school celebratory event yesterday. And I was telling my husband, I said, it's pretty common in the U.S. that we have a back to school event for youth, and all the communities and blocks get together and they give away book bags and all the equipment that you need in order to be successful. Trapper, what you call that thing that goes with math equipment?
Rulers.
Calculators, all that good stuff. Yeah, you all have assemblymen. We have aldermen, and the aldermen and the they're not queen mothers, but we say the big mas of the block. Yeah. They all kind of help put it all together. So that's not happening here. So we decided to have something where she could at least feel happy about
going back to school.
Are you happy about going back to school?
I am, then I'm not.
Okay. What's the not?
The not is I'm leaving my teachers, leaving my class, and I'm leaving my routine.
And that routine is probably, to me, the most traumatizing.
Your routine is most traumatizing because you're with different people. You don't know what they want you to do, when they want you to do it, and how they want you to do it.
Oh, you know what they want you to do. They want you
I knew they want
to get up early, be on time, have your notebook, and I just repaired her glasses. Have your glasses so you can see that board and take good notes. You know the basics now.
I know the basics now, but that whole I'm with a different teacher. Different teachers come with different minds and different attitudes. My old teachers, they were funny. You know your teacher. Once you've been with them a while, you know when they angry, even when they tell you they not. You know when they want you to do something, and they know when you're about to get messed up in a minute.
When you're about to get caned.
Yeah.
Well, here's the reality, and that's from having been a long time teacher, that it's healthy to have new teachers. And the children, even adults, I told her even in adult education, and I've taught every level, they never want to leave a teacher that they like, but it's always healthy for them to transition and meet the various personalities of teachers and take on the challenge of their expectations, because the reality is you're going to go out into the world and have all kinds of bosses, supervisors, all kinds of people that you're accountable to, and you need to be able to code switch and adjust and read emotional cues and all that stuff. And it sounds like you already know how to do that. You just kind of have a love
and anxiety, because I was cool with Master Ben, and now it seems like I'm leaving Master Ben. I used to love all his funny ways, and he used to come and he would be so angry that he'd be happy at the same time. He used to champ up all the girls that made me want to change.
Okay.
He used to be like, look at the boys. The boys always, the girls got 9. You got 2 over there. What is you doing? Like, he used to literally hype us up. So that used to make me feel, since this man is hyping us up, let's give him something to hype more.
Okay, so you find him inspiring.
Yeah.
Even though he is the master of discipline as well. That's a good thing. I'm gonna be hopeful. I'm gonna take the high road and believe that the next dean has his own way and style. and that he also will be just as encouraging and enriching to your spirit as Master Ben. How about that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, let's see. All right. Well, listen, we are probably in the most grateful of positions we've ever been in. Um, last, when did it happen to us?
It was this week.
This week, what was it? It was Thursday. It was like Thursday or
No,
Friday.
it was when it was Wednesday.
Wednesday, believe it or not, we was in a fire. We had a fire in our apartment. The only people home was me and Gia.
Mhm.
I was not feeling well, and I'm still like cleaning. My body is still cleaning out the last of this cold. And but I had, I'm doing good herbs and good rest
Yeah.
and that good stuff. And so I got up to cook for her. And in the apartment, we have a gas stove that is run by a cylinder. Now, in the U.S., we don't use any of that. That would be something that's used for camping. And I rarely ever touch, I almost never touch any of. We have a little smaller one that my husband has pulled out at different times when it runs out of gas. I'm actually kind of scared of it, but I was starting to feel a little bit better. And most times he's here, and he does way more cooking than me. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I finished cooking, and a bit of the oil from the fried food popped. It, did what it did, and we had this flame, and this flame was a flame, and it was going up the wall, and I'm just like, oh my God. And so you do what you think to do, which is to douse it out, throw water. And water actually,
for the gas, the water for Ghana, the gas, it turns it up.
It makes it worse.
Yeah, it makes it worse. You're not supposed to throw water.
So, two things. I didn't know where this fire was coming from. So I'm thinking maybe there's a piece of plastic or there's a piece of paper or something behind the stove that's causing that. Okay. And so I learned later that what was actually causing it was the cylinder. And that, unbeknownst to me, it was behind the cabinet portion of the stove.
And it's not supposed to be there.
It's not supposed to be there. It was not supposed to be there because it should be out anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're panicking. I'm worried about Gia. Gia's worried about me. I'm telling her to back off. She's saying, look, at a certain point, she's like, we have to leave. We have to get help. And I'm just, you think you know all the things that you're going to do when you get into these situations. And you don't. Some of it is you worry, you think you can handle it. Then the other thing is you're trying to handle it. Yeah. And then, but then you're also protective and scared if you're a parent. But then she was also like it was a mess. And finally, I listened to her voice. She said, "We have to go and call for help." So we're in a village township, and this is more village than it is township. So when we get outside that gate, you can see a few shanties. You see goats, you see chickens, you see the free roaming dogs. Sometimes you see people, and sometimes you don't.
All those people that we called were inside of their houses. Some of them was out. Some of them, at some point, I went out there, no shoes on. I have splinters in my feet, everything, just to save this house because it's like I'm not leaving this place without my mom and without my life either.
So we screamed. And we said, we need help. The kitchen is on fire. And the community response when they saw my face and they saw her was beyond amazing. Like they came running, barefoot, no shirt, whatever, they came. And then we all was trying to throw fire and finally throw water. And then finally the neighbor who my husband has kind of a cold relationship with, not because of him, but the other gentleman, is just kind of cold towards him. He came out and he said, "Where's the cylinder?" And one of the boys who has been a part of a lot of the programs and stuff that we do, he showed him, he's been in the home, he showed him where it was at, and he cut it off, and the fire stopped. So what burned was the screen to the window. Several of the glass slats melted down. They burned and popped. The stove itself crackled and crumbled. And the top of the cabinet where the fire was
Yeah.
shooting up, that burned. Some other little odd things that was like, your salt shaker that was sitting near, that stuff burned. But other than that, that was it. And they stayed with us. They stayed.
They helped clean up all
They
of
didn't
our.
let us do anything.
They didn't let us do anything. They
Mm-mm.
told us that even when I offered, let me at least mop something. They was like, no, sit down. You are already traumatized enough. Let us do this
Mm-hmm.
for you. And all through that day, my heart was just, it was filled with joy, but then I
Also
was still
sadness.
shivering.
Mm-hmm.
I was like we could have like it like we I couldn't even think. Like I sat down.
I couldn't think, but I felt overwhelmed with gratefulness, but then I felt depressed.
Mhm.
I was just like, wow, like we literally could have died in here.
Yeah.
We were just ill equipped to know completely what to do. And an interesting thing happened in the middle of it. One of the women who I really don't talk to her very much. I'm friendly with whoever, but we don't just sit and chop the conversation up or nothing. But she stood in the center of my floor, and she, with her broken English, she told me. She said, she pointed her finger at me. She said, you're a good woman. If you wasn't a good woman, I wouldn't have got in that. I wouldn't have helped you put out that fire. It's because you're a good woman that I helped you, that I put out that fire. And I just walked to her and the other lady, and I just hugged them, and I said thank you. And then my heart sank more because um, two things hit me. One, I had been kind of mad at this community, just kind of taken aback. I worked so hard on the park and the library and the swings
the
and and all that garbage, So they keep piling the garbage. The one lady's had a baby. She'll walk and put her diapers over there sometimes. Just they have their apathy about the things that have been established here for their children is so low. And that particular woman was talking with me because she's, it's taken her a long time to work on her house, and she was working on her house, and she had mentioned to me about how she was kind of short 500 Ghana. And there's a lot of dry bagging here. People just will, tell you a problem because they want you to give them some money.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of frustrated with that I wasn't able to just say hi and, and compliment, where her project was going without her making this request. And I've been feeling like, here Christmas came and they had an expectation. Last year I did a whole, art fair and this kind of thing. And they had an expectation that I would do something again or that I would give the children gifts, and I did not. My two big Christmas things was donating my kiosk to the woman who found my wallet, and to getting an elder a mattress because she had a mattress that was just rotten, and to doing those two projects. And I said, I'm not doing toys this year because I had invested deeply in them all year round with toys and books and this and that, and so that was enough. But I felt like I came to a new understanding, like God nudged me. Like, look, these people are who they are. They're going to be who they are. But it doesn't mean that they don't recognize the contribution that you're making and that they don't care about you. Because I'm telling you, there was no reason for them to get in this fire.
No, like they came barefoot, and all of them had splinters in their feet and did not cry one bit.
They slipped, they fell,
they fell. One woman
they
took
grabbed
off
water
her baby
yes.
to help, and
it was a mess. And it was a mess by two people that couldn't even tell them where the cylinder was. Do you know what I'm saying? So I felt corrected by the Father. I felt like God corrected me. Like, no, don't get disgruntled with them. They see, they see it, and they care about you, but they can only be who they are, and they can only express that in their own way. Okay. Um, the second thing I thought about all the repats who are coming here, who are in these gated communities. And my husband picked this apartment out, and I can't stand it because it's gated. I like to be able to look out my window and see the block, and and know who came and who's who, and you can't. You look out and you just see
trees
and a gate. Okay. Um, I said they're gonna be in trouble. Like at some point, you need to know community. You need to be friends with, the native Africans. You need to build some kind of relationship and rapport, because she did say a truth. She said, "You're a good woman." The only reason what she's saying is, "I know you. I know who you are. I recognize you on a whole different other level." And I'm thinking, what is happening with people who are isolating themselves and not building those relationships?
Yeah.
That's not safe.
It's not.
That's not safe. So it gave me a lot to ponder. I'm at that place now. I've never wanted to do any sort of like real like consultations or anything like that, and I really don't. Like anybody that asks me, I'm generous with information, but I am building to a place where I think I want to have some sort of conference where I can really, because now this is a long journey for me and Gia. Like it's now, if you go from 2016 to 2021, I feel like, yeah, I have some things that I would like to share that I think are not so much the standard conversation that talks about the nuances, the quiet things, the hidden things that you need to become aware of when you're here. But me and Gia both walked away feeling like, I said, listen, I'm going to tell you, I love them. I love this community. Uh, you know, it's like that ugly aunt, missing tooth, bad back, big old toe, but she the best aunt in the family. Okay, yeah. It ain't got to be perfect to be beautiful. Their hearts were, and their courage was just so amazing. So they stayed here with us, mopped it to the last minute, and that's it.
Yeah.
So we have a lot to be grateful for. That's how we brought in our
New
New Year's. So yesterday's event was even more important because of that intensity of that experience. And yeah. What else you want to tell them?
What I want to tell them is the one thing the life lesson I learned through that.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is better than life. Nothing.
Yeah.
You might think, oh, I'm gonna die. My phone is dead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, the Wi-Fi is out. Listen,
mm-hmm.
Your Wi-Fi could be gone.
Mm-hmm.
Your air condition, all your chairs, all your shoes, your fancy hair, your nails, all of it. Nothing is better than life.
Yeah. I agree with you. I completely agree with you. While you have it, you have to cherish it. You definitely have to cherish it.
And it took me a moment to actually sit down and be calm in my own house, because after I would have flashbacks, you shouting, "Gia, I need your help."
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, I don't want my mom, because you have longer locks than me. I don't, because you already had your hair loose, and you was like trying to get the water out, and I was also, and you were swinging your hair, and I was like, please don't let her hair get with this. And I was like, I don't want my mom to go like this. I was like, back up, Mom. And you was trying to get it out.
Yeah, I was trying to get it out. Yeah, well, I agree with you, Gia Boo. I mean, we both were worried about one another. I asked her to leave, and she was not going nowhere. Okay, and you have to know this is Miss Professional Scary Pants.
Yeah.
But she's definitely my omega. My first and my last, my alpha and my omega are so loyal and beautiful and committed to me. That middle, I call them, it's two of them. I call them Benedict and Arnold. I love them to death, but they're not as focused and loyal and as grateful about having a mother as my first and my last. What else do you want to tell them before we go?
The trip yesterday.
The trip, yes. Well, I got a video up there to show them that trip. That trip was fun.
That trip was.
You guys have to. You all have to check out Sejuna Beach Club.
We keep making mistakes. It's Sejuna, whatever it is. It's some Spanish.
Anyway, it's a good trip, and the Assalam was the Assalam tour and events. Those were the people that sponsored it. And then, it was a whole Muslim crew. It was nothing but us and some Muslims. And they were some sweetie pies. They were very attentive. They made it festive.
Yeah.
They checked on us. The food tastes very home cooked.
Very home cooked.
Very good. They Sobolo was off the chain. That was good. I don't really have any complaints. My only complaint was that they asked you to meet at Accra Mall at 6, and they were late, getting the whole thing lodged by maybe 2 hours late. And they were very apologetic. What they were trying to do was get everybody who had signed up boarded. They were trying to wait for everyone. Which in the U.S., when they start telling you if Megabus say it's pulling off,
they pulling off.
It's pulling off.
I mean,
you pretty much running alongside the bus.
You pretty much riding on the side.
And you might not get a refund. Okay,
no.
so because it forces people to be respectful and accountable for the people who do show up and do follow the rules. But
yeah.
Other than that, they were so much fun. Once the whole thing got started, it was like we forgave it. So
yeah, but I only have a couple of complaints.
Okay, what's your complaints?
You was like, get over it, Gia. But the men.
Oh, at the well, see, you don't know that they were a part of the crew.
They were part of our group.
They were.
They weren't.
Okay, so these were just people that was at the pool.
They weren't at the pool. There was 2 buses.
They was a part of another group.
Yeah, they were part of the other bus. That's our group was they was at the trampoline, the volleyball, at the boat ride.
Because they offer a lot of stuff at this place too.
Yeah, they do. So the other bus team was in the pool, and they was doing their little scrum.
There's a lot of stuff that was inappropriate.
Yeah, it was so inappropriate, man. And me and Susie got in the pool, we were chilling and stuff. I said, Susie, she was like, I'm going to get in the grown-up pool. I said, you can go in the grown-up pool and you could come out not enjoying yourself. Because the grown-up pool has all of these men in there, and it's just like, Susie, do you want to be the only girl inside of a men's pool? It
was some girls over there. They were happy to be among those men. They were a little bit more fast. Yeah. In my day, it's called the fast. Or my grandma said it was a floozy. It was a lot of floozies over there. Okay.
Yeah. So I said, Susie, you coming with me, and just in case we getting out of here. So we got in there. We were swimming and everything, and then all the cute girls with the nice tight swimsuits and stuff, nice pretty hair, they started getting inside the kiddie pool to play with their children and stuff. And next thing I know, all these drunk dudes from this other bus are getting in and coming one by one. The next minute they on the slide. We was cool with it because there was a line between there.
Mm-hmm.
So they were over there, but then they started coming over here because they saw 2 girls, which is me and Susie, and that was making us really uncomfortable. They wanted to hold me and Susie's hand. We both said no, we don't do that. We young. I especially told them, listen here, I'm 11 and I'm gonna go tell my mom right over there. She's sitting right there. If you want to know any of my information, go ask that lady right over there.
I love her for that.
And
not one came to ask, by the way.
Not one. And one of them really made me really uncomfortable is when they swam up and I didn't see them, and they came behind me and put their hands on my waist. Listen, don't touch me. I pushed them away and I said, listen here, I'm 11 and I put these 2 fists up. I said, I'm gonna tell my mom, and you could ask Susie. Susie saw it. She started giggling and stuff because she already made her a little friend. I didn't like the friend either.
Okay, we're not making little friends, okay?
Yeah.
But I'm proud of you. One, I'm always telling women, train your daughters to advocate for themselves. Okay, I get the elder system and the respect system here, but a lot of girls take a lot of stuff off these men because they don't have the right to advocate, to say no, to put their little, let me see your little fist, let me see them fists.
I put them up in that way.
And if my mother was here, she'd say, it ain't nothing better than them teeth too. You bite, you snarl, you
I
scratch.
remember there was one dude. He tried to touch me in the trotro, and he kept on this drunk dude, and I put up these two fists, and he kept on, and I bit his hand, and he
This
stopped.
is a new story.
I bit his hand.
Okay, well this is new. I want to hear this story now. I'm getting irritated because this you ain't told me this one.
No.
You get to talking and this stuff comes out.
Yeah.
Who was you on the trotro with when this happened?
I was on the trotro with Priscilla and Joseph.
Okay, so you was in a position where he couldn't see.
Joseph couldn't see, and Priscilla was in front of me.
Okay.
So Priscilla was in front of me, so she saw a couple of issues, and like in the trotro, you gotta move, and everybody's packed together.
Right.
So
it's easy to try to be extra.
Yeah.
I got you.
And these two drunk dudes are beside me, and one of them, like, oh my God, his mouth reeked.
Okay, don't do the long version, because I see you getting into into hygiene details and everything.
So,
but what was the final result of biting this individual?
I bit him because the driver, like, we was literally right there at the car mile. I could see the sign and everything. I said, okay, this dude really go too far now. Because he started putting his hands around me and stuff. It's like, dude! Then he was showing me pictures of himself in these Nike shoes that look like I don't want to see that. Like,
okay.
Then he put his mouth up to my ear, and he's whispering there. I could feel all his drunk spit on my ear.
Okay.
So then I was like, oh no, it's going too far. Then he put his hand on me, and I bit his hand.
And what was his reaction?
His reaction was like, is she mentally ill? And I was like,
he was
no,
in shock.
you was mentally ill.
What did Joseph say? I'm sure you told Joseph what happened. What was Joseph's response?
I told Joseph that this dude, we were back there, and this dude was putting all his drunk slobber on my ear, and it was not uncomfortable, and it was showing me all these pictures and stuff, and I didn't feel safe back there.
And what did he say?
He said, next time, I'll make sure that you're safe, and whoever back there with you,
Okay, so he did. You did make him aware.
Yes.
All right. Well, again, this was she done hit me with a bomb, and she knows I'm irritated, hurt and irritated. But at the same time, I'm proud of you because you did stick up for yourself.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with the pool. Like some of this stuff you can see, some of it you can't see. Lots of people, lots of movement, but at the end, you knew that you had a right to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And you gave them the right response, which is, that's my mom over there.
That's my mom over there.
The only thing I said to Gia was, you should have gotten out the pool and come.
I was trying.
And eventually she did.
I did, because Susie was talking about some, aren't you tired, Gia? I was like, no, I'm not tired. It's water. Okay,
so you wanted to stay.
I wanted to stay inside the pool until they started coming.
Okay.
Then Susie was like, I'm tired. I'm just gonna go. And I was like, don't leave me in here.
But you know, baby, that you can get out and go back later when things are clear.
Yeah, but
do you know that you can get out and you can come and get me and I can go and settle some stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. So these are some of the things I'm running into, where because Gia's tall and she's fuller, that a lot of times people think she's older than what she is. But I've told her, you make sure you let them know that you're 11 years old, that
I have a mother.
You have a mother, and she actually believes in going to Ghana police. She actually believes in putting folks in jail. So I'm not going to pray for you. We're not going to meditate together. It's not going to be any of that. You'll be looking at
bars.
Incarceration, yeah. Because I don't want to have a conversation, because at a certain point, you can tell by mindset that you're talking to a child. You can play all the games that you want to about physical, but you know the difference between when you're speaking to a young woman and when you're speaking with a child. Anyway, we're wrapping this up on a rough ending. But we're gonna
Usually we always have happy endings.
Well, it's not unhappy. You advocated. Do you know how many girls don't get that chance?
That's true. Not a lot of girls.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, come on now. You're advocating, and you walked away unscathed, unscarred. The most you had was somebody come up behind you in the pool. And when I saw the gentleman, he was uncomfortable. He made his way along when you finally pointed out who it was. Is that not right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he knew that he was out of order. So yeah, it's not a bad ending at all, Jibu. We're here to tell it. And these are some of the things you're going to face. I wish I could tell you this was an isolated incident. This is a girl's life.
Yeah.
That these things happen all the time. All the time. And sometimes it happens with people, like you said, the guy was drunk. It happens with people who ain't drunk. It happens with people who are spiritual leaders and teachers and all kind. You don't know where it's going to come from. You need to know what you're going to do when it happens, and know that you have a right to to protect your person. And so I'm glad that lesson I've gotten to you nice and deep. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Happy New Year, people.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
This is Dr. Wanda and Jiabu, and we are
Signing off. Thank you.